What don't you get?
He asked for a globe model. I gave a globe model. And
no, you did not. You gave a flat Earth map that measures flat.
Profile. Why would you use elevation profile?
Because that's what would show drop.
It's at points like this where you realise Oakley's just doing this stuff for the memberships now, isn't he? It's no longer actually proving anything, unproving anything, or anything like that. I don't think really it ever was for him. But this just the nail in the coffin for him, really, isn't it? Roll the intro. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Sarcastic Barman, and welcome to my channel. And yeah, it looks like we're looking at Oakley this week. Why? I don't know. Am I going to wish I hadn't done this? More than likely. Are we going to do it anyway? It looks like it. Let's find out what he's going to moan about now, apart from Google Earth being a flat Earth model.
We're in live stream. Show the model. Let's see a demonstration of your model.
Just go to Google Earth and you'll be fine.
Yep, if you're just after a model of the Earth, Google Earth works fine. It's round, it's not a big flat thing, and the distances work. Obviously, as you zoom in, it sort of projects it so you can see it more clearly as a flat sort of distance, but it works distance-wise all the way through. Wonder how amazing that is. It's like that globe that I've got here. Look, globe. The distances work on it. Because the world isn't fucking flat.
Right, let's deal with a couple of these issues. Number one, described as moving around the sun. That's a heliocentric model. We're asking you to show us that.
Exactly.
I said Google Earth. Why am I getting interrupted?
Maybe because you made a point you wanted to reply to. This is the problem with putting several points and statements in one sort of block. People then have to go and reply to the start of it, and you seem to get grumpy at that. Just ask one question, make one point, then let them answer, like a normal person.
You've said Google Earth. Google Earth has no drop. There's no curvature in Google Earth.
You know, you're a classic example of the inverse ratio between the size of the mouth and the size of the brain.
Yeah, considering we tend to measure things from mean sea level, that seems like a very stupid statement to make there. And if you're going to make the thing of water's always level, then we'll just point out that the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean don't actually share a standardized sea level. Hence why we use the sort of mean sea level, the average for everything. Because one sits about 40 centimeters higher than the other.
Other than a visual depiction of a cartoon Earth that's spherical, it shows no drop. There is no curve in Google Earth. So why are you citing that as a model of your Earth? It has no drop.
Now, I know you're going to call it just cartoony, but you know the fact you can't see the rest of America there? That's because of the drop. Just because it doesn't list the drop in the measurements doesn't mean the drop isn't fucking there. And maybe you could use that representation to look at other things from space and go, yeah, they all use the same CGI model. Obviously.
Yeah.
Are you confusing elevation and curve?
Of course he's confusing elevation with Earth's curve. Next thing he'll say that according to your model, the Nile River flows uphill. Or some other fucking brain-dead stupidness.
No, I am not confusing elevation with Earth curve.
We'll wait and see on that. I mean, as long as you don't say something stupid in the next sentences like 8 inches per mile squared or anything like that, I think we can at least get through this video with our brain intact.
We have elevation changes in Google Earth accurately represented and used professionally to build things on the Earth. However, there is no drop in Google Earth, and Earth is asserted to drop away at 8 inches per mile squared.
How many years have you been doing this? 8 inches per mile squared will not a ball make. Just no. Really, 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 really no. You got to realise by now that most people just see you as an idiot and a troll and that you don't actually believe this shit and you're just after the money. You need to take a step back a bit more towards logic to come across as anything apart from a poly troll. But at least we get to laugh at you.
There isn't any in Google Earth. Yes, there are elevation changes. No. Why am I being interrupted continually? Is that virus again?
Get on with it.
Shut up!
Well, considering there was a big block of silence there and the other person obviously tried to talk exactly the same time as you did, and your first words were, shut up, I have this feeling you sort of he's going to talk, let's just shout shut up so it looks fun on the show. No, you just come across as a dickhead.
You thick idiot.
I heard my name.
Shut up!
Yes, get on with it.
And let me tell you that your citation for Google Earth proves Earth is flat.
How? Surely just the distances between South America, South Africa and Australia feck over any sort of idea of a flat Earth, because how would that work? So distances Northern Hemisphere, yeah, they seem okay. Equator, really big distances, but then smaller distances on the outside. Now, unless you're going to say that every single map and representation of any sort of thing in the Southern Hemisphere is wrong, in which case we'd need some information showing that, and every single pilot, every single ship's captain, anyone who has to do anything that relies on distances is all in this giant conspiracy to hide the shape of the Earth for everyone, and it's not just you being a fucking complete and utter dickhead, then, yeah.
There is no drop.
I just heard you say my
Why?
name.
Right, Virus, what is your malfunction?
Do you just not want him to, give any sort of answer? I know it is annoying to be interrupted, but some people would yield a little bit and just let other people come across with their point after you've made several points. And just saying that because Google Earth shows no dropity does not a point make.
You said my name.
Shut up! I am telling you that Earth in Google Earth is represented as flat.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be fair, that looks really flat, doesn't it? Woo! Wee! Hey, that's cool, I never noticed the stars moved. Shows how much time I play on Google Earth. Ooh. Anyone else more interested in the stars behind than the actual Earth itself? Anyway, if we just go to... Okay. So, if this is just a representation of the flat Earth, why don't you use the distances on it to make your flat Earth map that no one seems to be able to produce? Because if this is just a representation, surely you could take the distances, say along round here, put them on a map, distances along here, put them on a map, come down to here and go distances along the bottom here, and then go, fuck, that's smaller than the distances in the middle, what the fuck are we going to do? Almost as if the world wasn't fucking flat. Very odd. I mean, at this point, if you can't draw a fucking floor plan for a world, you're a bit fucked, really, aren't you? Whee!
No drop. You said, do you misunderstand the difference between elevation changes and Earth curve? No, I do not. Elevation changes are represented in Google Earth. Earth as a sphere with drop is not.
Why would they need to include it? Only stupid people think the Earth is flat. With no evidence, no representation, no model, no map, no fucking nothing apart from hyperbolia. Hyperbolia? Yeah, fuck, I'm using that word. I don't care. It's probably the wrong word that came into my mind. But you know what? I don't care. Because you don't deserve the time of me actually checking words that I'm not just either making up in my brain or are real words that I'm just completely and utterly misusing. Welcome to the world of dyslexia. Yay!
Next.
Next. So what is this drop?
Shut up!
Can I?
No, you cannot. You can shut your stupid mouth.
Yeah, don't be stupid. Nathan's not going to let you get a clarifying point or a clarifying question in. He just wants to monologue at you and call you fucking stupid. Because that's all he's got. If Flat Earth had meant fucking anything, they'd have something by now, and yet they don't.
Well, I tell you.
Monologue.
Shut up. Next, you've been challenged by QE to provide the model being discussed. That would be heliocentric, sun at center, Earth moving around it. We've had a firm Have you got Tourette's?
Do you have a Napoleon complex? Jesus Christ. Just ask or mention a point. Let him give a reply. Otherwise, you're just being a twat. I suppose it's what you're used to being, but still.
Go on mute, shut your mouth, and listen to what I'm telling you. You've been challenged to provide the model being discussed. That's heliocentric, sun at centre, Earth moving around it. I asked, does Earth move around the sun? You said yes. That's based on a model you deny and say we don't live on model. That's the only place that assertion has come from, and you have been asked to provide it by QE.
Oh, you're an actual map of the solar system. Well, model of the solar system. Yeah, maybe Google Earth probably wasn't the best of choices then, and maybe something like this would be better. Here is our solar system, currently running at 9 hours a second. So little is happening, it's fucking unreal. This is quite cool. I like this one. I'm sure there's a way I could turn off those stars in the background. Ooh. Paper models, Sky Diary, Skypedia. Ooh. Keep same day. That is quite cool. So this is Solar System Scope, and this is literally free, running online. 10 astronomical units. Oh, that's cool. No, how do I... Yeah, I then proceeded to spend about 3 minutes clicking on things and nothing working properly. I don't know what went wrong there. But that model looks quite funky. Anyway, back to the nutters.
Now, we've dealt with Google Earth, definitely not demonstrating Earth as a sphere, flat, no drop. Now we want the model you're claiming.
Oh, someone going to present a model. Are we going to get a flat Earth model to compare to them? Don't be fucking silly.
Which you reify, that would be heliocentric. Do you have it?
He asked for a globe model, I gave you a globe model. Be happy with it.
You've given me a flat Earth model. It has no drop. Do you have a heliocentric model to
I gave
provide?
you a globe model. It's not a flat Earth model. Deal with it.
Yeah, that's a nice straightforward response. The distances don't work for the flat fucking Earth. It's a globe model. Fucking deal with it. Simple as.
It doesn't have drop. It demonstrates the Earth as flat, measurably flat, no drop. Only elevation changes in the topography. No Earth curve.
Why does it need to list spherical drop? What would be the point in it listing spherical drop? Does it actually help us in any sort of way in anybody's daily fucking lives? No! And until you can come up with a fucking flat Earth map, I don't think you should be moaning at fucking anything.
You don't have to like it, or you're just going to hand wave it. Also, it's not heliocentric. You kept interrupting the 2 points that are on the table amongst fuzz because you're fundy muting everyone and interrupting continually. I'm tired of it. There's 2 points. You've been asked for a model, you presented Google Earth. Flat, no drop. Measuring Earth as flat. Doesn't matter how far you extend the elevation profiles, there is no drop.
Elevation is not curve. Why did your brain even go down that route? As he said before, elevation and curve, are you mixing the two up? No. Then why the fuck are you using that as a fucking example, you fucking twat waffling numpty?
No Earth curve in Google Earth. Definitely not demonstrating measurable curvature. The only representation in Google Earth that could even be considered as spherical is the cartoon when you zoom out.
Really, I'm sure even if we put fucking the curvature not being listed on there aside, as we said before, the distances are really going to cause a problem for flat Earth. And if you want to try and say that all flat Earth distances are incorrectly shown on Google Maps, please prove that. Please go and measure the distance, say, across Australia or between the continents, and then try and work out a fucking map. Please. Because at the moment, all you're doing is saying, your map's wrong, that's my map really, with no sort of evidence or proof behind it. Because you have no map, no model, no penis or anything like that. Oh, please don't anyone send me another Nathan Oakley video. Jesus Christ. But we're going to leave that one at that one. Thank you very much, my members, patrons, and everyone else who's helped make these videos possible. I've been the Sarcastic Barman. Don't forget to check out all the rest of the stuff here on Lizzie Rules on a Thursday night. Pub chat later, and all the other stuff over on the Shills. I wasn't there last week for any of the Pope stuff. I won't be here this week. I'm very sorry. But yes, by the time you're watching this, from when I've recorded it, I'll be almost ready to open the pub. A couple more days to go. So fucking happy. Back to work. Yay. Thank you very much. Good night.